Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. Welcome to our first Reader's Workshop together online. Before we can begin our lesson, I need you to go grab a pencil, your notebook, and a box of crowns. Great, I'm glad you have all of those things that you need. Let's get started. Let's read our objectives. Say, I can identify the characters, setting, and key details from the story. That's our kindergarten reading literature standard 2.3. All right, we're going to begin with a quick video. And while you're watching the video, I want you to think, why would Miss Murphy choose for us to watch this video for our lesson today? I wonder why Miss Murphy would pick for us to watch that video today. Well, before we get into that, I want to remind you, because our objective says we are going to have to identify the characters and setting of a story, but maybe we forget what those things are. So characters, remember boys and girls, are the people, animals, and creatures in a story. And the setting is outside, inside, here, and there. The setting of a story tells when and where. Daytime, nighttime, city, or town. The setting is where it all goes down. So again, the setting is where the story takes place. So remember those two things throughout the story today. All right, I'm going to transition us to read our big book today. And our story is called Bringing Down the Moon. And I will get to it. Here we go. Bringing Down the Moon. While I'm reading, we're going to make predictions or guesses about what we think the story is going to be about, or what will happen next. As good readers, we do this to see if we're on the right track with our thinking. Bringing Down the Moon by Jonathan Emmett. Hot diggity! Exclaimed Mole as he burrowed out of the ground one night. Whatever is that? Boys and girls, what do you think this is that he sees? I heard someone say they think it's the moon. Let's see if you're right. The moon was hanging in the sky above him like a bright silver coin. Mole thought it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Whatever it is, I must have it, Mole said to himself. I know I'll jump up and pull it down. Boys and girls, can the mole jump up and reach the moon? Turn and tell someone that is sitting near you, maybe your mom and dad or a brother or sister. Will he be able to reach the moon? I agree with you. I don't think so. Thump, thump, thumpity bump. Mole was so busy jumping, he didn't think about the noise he was making, and he woke up Rabbit in her burrow. So now, boys and girls, we've been introduced to two characters. First, the mole, and who's the other one we just read about? Good job, the rabbit. Mole, said Rabbit, what on earth do you think you're doing? Hello, Rabbit, said Mole. I'm trying to pull down that shiny thing. You mean the moon? Asked Rabbit. "Ah, so that's what it's called," said Mole. "You'll never do that," said Rabbit. "It's not as close as you think." Mole would not give up. "I know," he thought. "I'll get a stick and I'll poke it down." He found a long stick and poked it up at the moon. Swish, swish, swishity swish! Mole was so busy poking that he tripped over Hedgehog in his bed of leaves. "Mole!" grunted Hedgehog. "What are you up to?" "Hello, Hedgehog," said Mole. "I'm trying to poke down the moon." "You'll never do that," said Hedgehog. "It's not as close as it looks." But Mole would not give up. "I know," he thought. "I'll throw something at it and knock it down." He found some acorns and threw them at the moon. Plink, plink, plinkety plink. "Ouch!" said Squirrel. "Mole, have you gone nuts?" "Hello, Squirrel," said Mole. "I'm trying to knock down the moon." "You'll never do that," said Squirrel. "It's not as close as it looks." Boys and girls, turn and tell someone sitting near you another character that we've learned from the story. Oh, I like what I was hearing. You mentioned that you've met a squirrel and a hedgehog along with the mole and the rabbit. Good job, boys and girls. But Mole wanted the moon so badly he would not give up. "I know," he thought. "I'll climb a tree and carry it down." Mole had never climbed a tree before. It was hard work, and he was so scared to be so far off the ground. But he kept on going until he saw the moon resting in the leaves above him. Boys and girls, look at that picture. Is the moon really up in the tree, in the leaves? Oh, it just looks that way, but it's really far away. Good job, boys and girls. Mole stretched out his paws, but just when he thought he had the moon, he slipped. Oh, eek, ouch, ooh! Mole stumbled down and landed, splash, in the middle of a puddle. "Hot diggity drat," thought Mole. "I almost had it that time." Then he noticed something. Floating in the puddle beside him, it was pale and wrinkled, but Mole recognized it at once. "The moon," he whispered. "It must have fallen down with me." He reached out to pick up the moon, but as soon as he touched it, it broke into pieces and vanished. Boys and girls, was the moon really in the puddle? What do you think? Tell someone near you. Oh, I heard someone say they think that is the reflection of the moon. Let's keep reading to find out. Mole sat in the puddle and cried. Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Squirrel came running up. "Are you all right, Mole?" asked Rabbit. "I'm all right," sobbed Mole, "but the moon isn't. I pulled it down and then I broke it, and it was so beautiful. And now I'll never see it again." Look up here at the moon in the sky. What's in front of it? Ooh, it could be a cloud. Let's see if you're right. "Oh, Mole," said Rabbit, "you couldn't have pulled down the moon." "And you couldn't have broken it," said Hedgehog. "And you certainly will see it again," said Squirrel. "Look!" High up in the sky, above them, the moon was coming out from behind a cloud. "Oh," whispered Mole, "and it's just as beautiful as ever." Mole, Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Squirrel stood and stared up at the moon together. "It is beautiful," said Rabbit. "Very beautiful," said Hedgehog. "Very beautiful indeed," said Squirrel. "Yes," said Mole, "but it's not as close as it looks." The end. Boys and girls, Now that we've read the story, I want you to turn and tell someone who was your favorite character from the story. Ooh, I have my idea. I'm going to share with you mine, okay? So I have out my pencil and my crayons and my notebook, and I'm going to draw one character from the story, and I'm going to try to add a label or its name, okay? So I want you to watch me work. Okay, boys and girls, here's mine. As you can see, I drew the squirrel, and I labeled squirrel, and then I drew the setting, and this up here is the moon, where is it, and the dark nighttime sky, and there is the tree over here, and I labeled it tree, and I wrote squirrel at nighttime. So now it's your turn, boys and girls, to pick a different character than me. So you're going to pick two characters. You can't pick the squirrel because I picked the squirrel, but you can pick two of the other characters. I want you to draw them in your notebook, add a label or the name of it, and then add the setting. Are they inside, outside? Is it daytime, nighttime? Are they in the desert or the forest? You try your best. Remember, we just asked that you try your best all the time. And then have mom, dad, TT, grandma, grandpa, bigger brother or sister take a picture of your work and send it to me on Parent Square Class Dojo. Okay, friends, that was so much fun. Thank you for joining our first virtual reading lesson. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.